Hello and welcome to On the Bench LFC, joined tonight by Mickey and Connor. We are going live to talk about Liverpool versus Southampton, which is tomorrow now. It's 3 p.m. kickoff, which means it's not on TV for us anyway, but we will be doing a watch along anyway, but we're going to be talking about it in today's build-up show. So the name of this one is Will Klopp rest players? So we're going to be discussing that. We want to get your score predictions as always. Obviously at the beginning of this one, I'm going to be talking to the lads and finding out their score predictions. We're going to be talking about the match, get their views. And then once those two have finished, then I'll be taking a few call-ins from you guys. Hello to everyone that's joined us live. And for those that are watching the replay, please leave a comment down below and let us know your views on the game as well. Right, Connor, Mickey, well, I'll start with Connor first. How are you feeling today, mate? Are you confident with this game tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm very confident about this game. Hopefully, we can destroy Southampton, hopefully. But, yeah, I'm just hoping for another win.
Mate, I've got a good feeling about this. I've got my score prediction up on the screen of 4-0. Been saying for a while that someone is due a kick-in or a slap-in, however you want to call it. Someone's going to get a hide-in from Liverpool. It's got to click at some point. Not really in my sense. The way I'm looking at it is Liverpool have done fantastic so far with our results. And I'm just looking at this, a clean sheet against Southampton. No disrespect to them, but I think we're going to be looking to get another clean sheet in this one. And just score goals. Score some goals. Mickey, yourself, mate, confident? What's your views on the game tomorrow, buddy?
Oh, I'm very confident. And I'm going to go for a 6-1.
Oh, that's a big one. That's bigger than mine. 6-1. What leads you to thinking 6 goals for Liverpool, 1 goal for them?
Well, I think we're going to attack them, and they're quite weak in defence, as we've seen on Monday night against Brighton. I think, but because we'll enjoy ourselves in attack, we'll be open to the odd counter attack. So yeah. I think they might score, but they haven't got Ings, who's their top scorer and possibly their best player so far. That might go to out towards, but I'm still going with me 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1's a massive score. Looking at the chat now, I'm just going to see some other scorings here. But firstly, I want to say hello to Worthless, Emma, Thomas. Good to see you all. Blue Tick, Shallow, Oisk, Richard, Father Nature, thank you for joining me, all of you guys. I've noticed here that Emma's saying about her arm being out of the cast as well. That's a massive, massive thing. Good to hear that, my friend. EG says, Daz, how are you? I'm very good. And he also puts a score prediction of 4-0. Emma's got a 3-0 score prediction. Blue Tick's got 4-0 as well as his prediction. So a lot of people are confident. Alfie says 3-1. So Alfie's got a goal in there as well. And so does Alpia with a 3-1 prediction. So Mickey, they're agreeing with you, a couple of them, about, you know, Southampton getting a goal against Liverpool. I'd like to know, those of you guys that are saying that they will get a goal, whether you agree with Mickey that it will be on a counter-attack. Will it be because Liverpool are overcommitting players where we want to give a team a good hiding? Or do you think it's because, you know, Southampton have got some quality up top? They've got Long. Will they be playing Austin up top with him? Will they be playing a 4-4-2? We can talk about this today. Let's find out. Gillian, good to see you tonight, my friend. She's gone with a 4-0 prediction. I can't make my mind up though, but I'm sure of a clean sheet. That was my views of it. Connor, for you, my friend, obviously in the Premier League, Liverpool have started so well. Chelsea are above us, down to goal difference. Liverpool, this is why I've gone with a 4-0 prediction for me, because Liverpool are going to be looking at, if we're beating them in this game, we might be going for goals to try and get back up the top of the table. Do you see that as well, Connor?
Yeah, I think that this game is most likely going to be sort of the game against West Ham that we've seen. They're going to maybe sit back and maybe counter-attack us, but like in the West Ham game, I think that we can easily score goals. I've gone for a 4-0. I think their only threat this season for me has been Danny Ings, and obviously he's suspended through to being on loan. But yeah, I just can see us getting a clean sheet against them.
Yeah, it would be lovely to keep that clean sheet, get a few goals in this game, try and push us back up the top of the table. The confidence is flowing, or it should be flowing with Liverpool right now. We've just put to bed PSG, the way we started the Premier League. Everything looks really good at the moment for Liverpool, and the fans seem really positive. Every live stream we do, every time I'm asking for score predictions, all of you guys that join us in these live streams, you're all going with big score predictions, lots of goals for Liverpool, and a lot of clean sheets as well. So it's really good to see that everyone is really confident surrounding Liverpool Football Club at the moment. You know, Jamal, for instance, right now is saying 8 now, or 8-0, I think that's meant to be. But absolutely brilliant. Something that I want to point out here is Amjad says Salah hat-trick tomorrow. So Mickey, over to you, my friend. Salah, firstly, does he make your starting 11? And if he does, do you see him picking up some goals in this game, mate?
Well, he definitely starts for me. I personally believe, as we spoke through during the day, it'll be the same 11 that played against Paris Saint-Germain. I don't think there's any need to rest players, considering we got the League Cup in midweek to rest players. Listen, we don't really need goals from Salah as long as he contributes. If he gets 5 assists in the 6 goals, so I'm happy with that personally. He doesn't have to be scoring the goals as long as, and I'd rather the goals be spread around the team this season rather than rely on one man.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I'm with that one as well with myself. It's about the team effort this year. The team. You need a team. You need to play as a team. You need to share the goals. You need to play together, that unity, to be able to win the Premier League, to win silverware. You know, I think last season we saw it when Salah come off the pitch. Teams felt more confident with trying to attack Liverpool. Am I right in saying that? I will ask you, Connor, with this one. You know. You look, soon as Salah come off the pitch, it was like our other players, their heads may have dropped a little bit in certain games, and other teams grew in confidence. So, you know, with Salah maybe not being the main man in the sense of scoring goals, but helping the team, it's a positive in that sense, isn't it? That the other team members, the other players, they're all playing as a unit and scoring goals in a collective sense, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that obviously Salah last season was our main man, and when he did go off, teams were thinking, oh, their best player's gone off, we can maybe nick 1 or 2 goals here. But it's like what Mickey said, it's like if we can become a collective unit instead of just one man going at the team, then that is a good sense for Liverpool, and it shows that we have more than one threat in a game.
Yeah, 100% agree with it. Daniel O'Sullivan with a £5 donation. He says, pint for Daz. Yeah. Thank you so much, Daniel. As always, I don't expect it. I really appreciate it, Daniel. I hope you've had a fantastic day. Good to see that you've joined me again for a live stream, my friend. I'll be taking call-ins later on in the show, so no doubt, obviously you've called in before. It'd be good to get you on later. As the same goes for everyone. I see the Angry Scouser is in the live chat and he said, Daz, are you taking call-ins on this one? I will be. Mickey and Connor are starting this one off with me, getting their views on the game, and then after around half an hour, 45 minutes, I'll be taking some call-ins from you guys that are in the live chat as well, so that you guys get to have your say. What else have we got here? I'm just going through the live chat just quickly, guys. Nigel's in tonight as well, as to is Louis. Good to see you guys. Louis says, my prediction is 5-0 to Liverpool. Thank you so much for that one, firstly, Louis. Another big score prediction, similar to mine, but one more goal. There's a lot of confidence with this one. Nigel says, hi Daz and everyone, should be a big scoring game tomorrow, clean sheet for LFC. I think everyone's on the same wavelength with this one. Mickey, you know, you said it about the big rotation with the Chelsea game coming up as well. There'll be a lot of rotation in that one. Do you think the players before that game against Chelsea, they're going to be going, right, let's have a massive run out in this one, do what we can do, and then, you know, the rotation against Chelsea, it'll be down to the players that maybe haven't got many minutes to be able to prove what they can do against Chelsea then?
Oh yeah, this bodes so well for Liverpool, doesn't it? That the fact that we're even talking about, you know, are we going to change the team? Where last season there was no way we were ever going to change the first 11 because we didn't have any. The quality drop was too far. So it's one of them things, isn't it? It's got to, you know, it's got to bode well for us. And personally, you know, if Shaqiri can break into the side above Salah, then so be it, or is it, do you see that role for Shaqiri? The Salah role, I don't. I personally believe Shaqiri's going to play in midfield behind the front three eventually.
Yeah. I see that as well. I think that's really interesting that you've brought it up, because obviously with the recent showing of Fekir, we were talking about it before the live stream, wasn't we? Yes, he's a quality player. Yes, we target him massively in the last transfer window. We don't know what the future is with that one. It could be done and dusted. We may never see Fekir in a Liverpool shirt. But Shaqiri is a very talented player, and in pre-season we did see him get given a free role and play in the midfield, and we saw that he's more than capable of being that playmaker and playing in midfield. He's played it before in his career. He plays it for the international team, doesn't he? I'm not someone that watches the international games much, but Mickey, he plays it for his international team, doesn't he, in midfield?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely the main man for his national team. He plays in the middle of the park. He dictates all the play. Everything goes through him.
Yeah.
I think he had a man of the match against, was it Iceland? Yeah, it was Iceland. I'm just double check, and they won 6-1, I think it was.
Yeah.
But he definitely had a hand in all them goals. I mean, to be honest, he was pretty poor against England, but so was England. It was pretty dire match, to be honest. But I'm not really a fan of international football. But
no,
it was a game for him. He got lots of 90 minutes in. He's a quality player. I mean, his role for Stoke, I don't think he'll ever play that for Liverpool, because in Stoke he was an out and out winger for Stoke.
Yeah, our wingers as such, we don't use them the way Stoke was using Shaqiri. We just don't, do we? So I definitely agree with you there. We're not going to see that sort of a role from him, even though I think it does give us an option that if ever we needed that, he would be there in that sense. Firstly, I want to say hello to DZB. Thank you for joining us today. Mexican Wave, 5-0 score prediction. Absolutely brilliant. Good to see you in here tonight, my friend. Fizzy's in as well. Good to see you tonight. Junior, good to see you guys. Fizzy says, I agree with you, Daz. I'm going for a 4-0 as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Fizzy. And good to see you agree with the score prediction. Can't be too wrong, because Fizzy is someone with a lot of knowledge when we've had him call into the show as well. So it's good to see that one. Ronnie's got a 2-0 prediction. Maddie that is in says hello to you, my friend. Yes, so Connor, obviously talking about Shaqiri maybe coming into the team, coming into midfield. People are talking about Shaqiri coming into this game instead of Salah. Now, I asked you before the stream what your starting 11 would be, Connor. So do you want to tell the people, ladies and gentlemen in the stream, what your starting 11 would be and why, mate?
So, yeah, I have, for my starting 11, I have Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robinson, Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum, Naby Keita, Shaqiri, Bobby, and Mane for mine. And for it, I'm not so much wanting Salah out. I just want to maybe give him a rest, because obviously we have got games coming up. And for me, I want to give James Milner also a rest, and I also want to bring Fabinho into the fold at Anfield in a Premier League environment instead of a cup environment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from with that one. So yeah, do you think that team, obviously you've gone with that for your starting 11, are you doing that because you want Liverpool to field a stronger team for the Chelsea game then? Is that where your head is at, or do you think we need to do that to rest some players, Connor?
For me, I'd like kind of like a mixed team against Chelsea. So maybe like one or two like starting 11 players, and then maybe a couple of like reserve players and that. So like I'd like maybe that attack in front that we can go at Chelsea in the cup. Yeah, definitely. Brilliant. Father H says, I don't think Shaq is on the level of our other midfielders of our midfield. Mickey, do you agree with that? That Shaq's not on the level with our other midfielders at the moment. Obviously, our midfield, there's a bit of a headache there. Every game that we try to predict the starting 11, it's hard to pick them because there's so many of our midfielders at the moment really trying to perform because they know if they don't, they're not going to be selected. Do you think it's
do you agree with that Shaq's just not at that level yet, or are you one that you're saying that, you know, maybe Shaq hasn't been given a chance to prove himself yet? What's your views on that, Mickey?
Oh, I've always been a fan, as you know, Daz, from when before we signed him, of Shaqiri.
Yeah.
He's got Premiership experience, which is, at the moment, for me, puts him a little bit of level above some of the other, like Fabinho, possibly Naby Keita, because I think Naby Keita at the moment's still trying to adapt to the Premiership. He will do it. He's looking better each game. But Shaqiri's already in there, and his enthusiasm. I don't agree. I don't agree there that he isn't of the same class. I think he's a class player.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's good to see that, you know, we've got difference of opinions. As I always say, guys, it makes for a good talking point. It makes for a good debate. Obviously, Father's just saying that he doesn't think that Shaq is on the level of the midfield. So for anyone watching a replay back and for anyone that's in the live chat, are your views the same as Father Nature's there, or are you the same as Mickey, where Mickey's saying he's been a fan of his for a long time? Mickey thinks that he is the same class as other midfielders. He's got his move to Liverpool. He hasn't had much game time yet. You know, if we saw him start to play in midfield, you know, maybe he would just light it up. It's hard to really tell at the moment, isn't it? But yeah, Connor, what's your views on that one, mate?
For me, I've always liked Shaqiri. I watched him at Stoke sometimes, like seeing, because for me Shaqiri was the only probably world-class player, or like up there, for Stoke, and he'd be their only creative player. But when he come into Liverpool, I thought he'd maybe take up maybe an Oxlade-Chamberlain role. Obviously, we knew Ox was going to be out, and I thought maybe he could maybe play in that like advanced midfield role where he could maybe just come up and maybe connect with the front three. Yeah,
no. It would be good to see him play that role. I want to see him play that role a bit for us, for definite. Mig says 3-0, Salah double and Keita. That'd be great if we could do that. I mean, if Salah gets a couple of goals in this game, I think everyone just goes, forget about him, Mario. No one will be talking about this Salah stuff at all. I'm really happy with what I've seen from Salah so far. That you guys know, you've been watching the channel, you know my views on it. I thought he put in a really good shift defensively against PSG. I think he's done and been working hard for the team so far. And, you know, Liverpool haven't been at their best attackively so far this season, but it's early days, it really is. As the season progresses, your team gets better, the players get better, everything starts to click and gel a little bit more. We've added new players to the team, to the squad. They're working on new tactics all the time and different ways of playing. It's the same for every team. So I'm happy personally at the moment, but it's just my views. Everyone's got their difference of opinions. Mitchell says, all right, Daz, mate, hope you're well. I'm very well, Mitchell. I'm very well. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me tonight, buddy. Dan LFC says 3-1 to Liverpool. Thank you so much for your prediction, Dan. Good to see you in here tonight, mate. Pritesh says 6-0 la. Pritesh, 6-0 to Liverpool. What a game that would be to watch. I would love to be able to watch a 6-0 hammering of Southampton by Liverpool. It would be great just to see Liverpool hammer anyone 6-0, to be honest. I would be... Look, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I would be happy just to get another 3 points tomorrow. Even if we win it 1-0, I would sit here after the game and go, yep, it's another 3 points. What a start. Mickey, you were saying, we were talking about, you know, if we win tomorrow, it beats Bill Shankly's record, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I find that statistic really, really amazing. All of our history and the amount of times that we've won the league and all them cups in the past, and this would be the first time we've ever won 7 games from the start of the season. I'm amazed, but it's a record. If Klopp gets it, it bodes well for Klopp himself. It bodes well for the future, because we're notoriously slow starters in the Premier League, and then we come good latter half of the season. So if we have scraped some wins in, yeah, but that's good, because you don't win the league smashing teams 5-0 every week. Nobody does. Not even Man City did it last season.
No, definitely not, mate.
And but to take a record off Bill Shankly, which has stood since, I think it's 1965, is it?
Oof. I don't know when the record existed from, mate. I haven't got it in front of me.
I've think I was checking it. I think it is 1965 record to stand 1965, and we're about to smash it tomorrow. You know, and you know, it's just unbelievable to think that, you know, a team of Liverpool have never really started a league season this well since 1965, when all the times we've won it in between. I know we haven't won it for 29 years, and we keep getting reminded of that quite a lot. But to me, this just goes to show how important this start has been. And like you said earlier, is Liverpool haven't clicked yet. I think there's 2 or 3 years to go.
Yeah.
And once we do that, I think things are slightly different. But I think tomorrow's game is an important game, in the sense as we have to retake that top spot. Chelsea could win their game anyway, so we need to get them goals back to get that goal difference higher again to take the top spot, because I think it's important when you are leading from the front that you are the top position rather than second position, because psychologically it just seems a lot better for the team. But you know, I don't know what your thoughts on it are. You know, your thoughts on the record. Does it amaze you that it isn't that high?
Yeah, definitely. It really does, because we know how successful Liverpool have been in the past. We know our history. And yeah, it doesn't sound that much, really, does it? You look at it and you go, it's not that big of a deal. But when you look at how long it's took us to try and break that record, it is a big deal. It really is. You look at how good and how close we've come to winning the Premier League, and what we would class as good seasons that Liverpool have had, and we haven't broke that record. And now Jurgen Klopp's come in. He's finally got his spine. We're on that progression. He does that tomorrow. Yes, it's a massive deal. And I think Klopp has admitted that he's not really a numbers person, because it's also his 600th game as manager tomorrow, 162nd in charge of Liverpool, and he admitted that he's not really a numbers person. So yes, he would be looking at this like, oh, okay, like, you know what Klopp's like, he's a bit funny, but it's another thing that Klopp is doing for Liverpool. It's another positive. It's all positives, and whether the players look at it as a mentally positive thing, I think as fans we should be looking at this going, yeah, it's another thing to add to this progression that we're seeing, because this is what we should be doing now. We want to be winning the league. We want to be winning silverware. And for anyone, you know, and as I always say, everyone's got their own opinions, but for anyone that has doubted Klopp in the past and says, oh, we're not going to win anything under Klopp because he's too attackive, or, you know, he makes subs too late, and I always listen to everyone's opinions, but to start this season, and it is early days, but we haven't been smashing everyone. I think we are definitely concentrating on trying to be better defensively, and I've got something to talk about with that later on in the stream as well. But you know, it's another progression thing, and I think Klopp he's trying to learn, and I think he's been learning the Premier League since he's come in as well, because it's all a learning curve, and I think Klopp's doing that, and I think this is another bonus for us. I really do, and it's a great sign, honestly. Connor, what's your views on it?
My views are, it's quite ironic. Like a year ago when we lost against Spurs, a lot of Liverpool fans were Klopp out and saying that he's not really doing anything good for this team. And then if you fast forward a year on, he's on the verge of breaking the record, which it shows really where this team is at the minute. We haven't been playing good, like you've said, and this team can only get better with time. But it's weird for us not to be. It's weird not for us to be like low down in the league, because we are slow starters in the league. But this team has just kicked on since the end of last season and just managed to just go through game by game, get a result no matter what. And this is the team now that will go on forward to beat teams 3-4-0. But I'm just happy that this team is doing so well, and we haven't got to listen the pundits talk about Manchester City and how good they've been. They now should talk about us and how good we've been.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I love that. Everyone should be talking about how good we've been, because we have been really good. And the one thing that I like as well this season, that I think everyone will agree with as well, everyone should be talking about how good Liverpool have started and how good we've been and how better we look defensively. But at the same time, you're also, as a Liverpool fan, you're watching those performances and you're going, there's so much more to come from this team. You look at the players, you look at James Milner, you look at Genie, and you go, wow, how good have they been this year? You look at Virgil, you look at Gomez, you go, those players are performing really well. Alisson, since he's come in, what a great keeper we've got. Bobby, wow. You know, you look at Mane and Salah and people are going, they're not quite at their best yet. But you go, as a whole, when you look at the team, everyone, no matter what your views are on individual players and what we're reading online, you go, there's still a lot more to come from this team, and we're getting the results. We are winning, and we're making the other teams look average, in my opinion. I mean, the one team, guys, for both of you, Connor and Mickey, the one team that I think really give it a go against us and put us under a lot of pressure was Leicester, for me. I think they were the only team that I looked at and was like, okay, they really had a go at us. And what's your views on that?
Well,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, although Leicester did put us under pressure, they didn't have many chances though, did they?
No. Again, though, that's a defensive thing. That's how good Liverpool become defensively, isn't it? Because, you know, Klopp spoke, he said about, I saw this and I've written this down, because he said about, it's not how many goals you concede, it's about how many shots you have against you. Good defending is keeping the other team away from your goal. That's what we do most of the time, actually. And it is true. Talking about Liverpool being better defensively, Klopp always says, when you talk about defending, it's not defending as your back line, it's about defending as a whole team. We know that we defend from the front, from Bobby right the way back to your keeper. You know, our keeper, he's a sweeper keeper as well, isn't he? He comes out of his box and does what he does as well. All of our keepers have to do that under Klopp, we know that. But the whole team defend together, and I really like that Klopp has said it's not about how many goals you can see, because you look at statistics and you go, right, are Liverpool better defensively this season because we conceded 2 goals against PSG, but it's about how many shots you've had against you, because if you actually stop the other team from taking a lot of shots against you, it means there's less chance of them being able to score goals. And that is what obviously I think Klopp has identified we need to stop, and that is how we will get better defensively this year. Do you think we've started to do that? Do you think that is key to it? Do you think that's where Klopp is getting better this year and our team's getting better? I'll ask you first, Mickey, on that one.
Yeah, most definitely. You can see it, and you know, it started last January really with Van Dijk coming in. We were a lot better defensively in the latter part of the season, but I think the big change for me was the goalkeeper, and that was coming for years. We've needed a decent goalkeeper since Reina left. Yeah,
I agree with that. Obviously, Virgil and Alisson, we know that those are 2 big signings. I think Naby Keita coming in, even though our other midfielders have stepped up, I think he's a great midfielder with very good defensive capabilities. Fabinho, again, that holding midfielder that we've been saying for years. We need a really good holding midfielder. Klopp identified that we need players that have got a good defensive mind as well, because we needed balance throughout the team. Connor, you know, what's your views on what I asked Mickey as well? Do you think Klopp's right in what he's saying? Stop more shots at goal. Do you think he identified that and that is why we've been better this year? Can you see that in the tactics so far this year?
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with Mickey where we've seen it since January, since Virgil van Dijk has come in. And I think an interesting stat is, I think since that Spurs game last season, I think since then we've conceded the less shots against us in the league, which proves that Klopp has thingy that as a target where we need to sort out. And I think the Brighton game for me, like the last 10 minutes, showed that this defence can hold on and that we're not so weak at all. And to be fair, even the PSG game, I think defensively we were good, even though we conceded 2 goals. But the amount of work that every single player did against PSG defensively was, for me, outstanding.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. It is about the team, and it is about them all putting a shift in, and that is how you can be solid throughout and keep a real good shape. Dan says, is Ings injured? No, he's just not available to play against Liverpool because obviously he's technically still a Liverpool player at the moment. He's on loan. What else we got? Tonic says 3-0 sounds about right. So Tonic's going with a 3-0. That'd be perfect. I would take a 3-0 as well, of course. Mark says the last 10 minutes against Spurs, we looked shaky though, nearly conceded a late penalty as well. Yeah, I would say later on against Spurs, we still do show a bit of this weakness towards the end of games. Klopp spoke about that as well. He did say that we need to see it. We need to make sure we've killed off games basically earlier on. We need to make sure that we've put games to bed earlier in the game, which I think we all have spoke about on this channel at some stage, saying that we need to be a bit more clinical when we get those chances, and I think that is what Klopp's trying to get at, because we can be 2 goals up. Against PSG, for instance, he highlighted that if that game finished 2-2, then we would be talking about it a bit differently. So it is about making sure that you do score an extra goal to make sure you completely finish a game off, and make sure that's done a bit earlier on in the match so that the last 10 minutes isn't shaky. Mickey, do you agree with that? Do you think Liverpool, it is about being more clinical, finishing your chances, do what Klopp's saying about making sure you stop as many shots on your goal? Klopp is right. He's got this philosophy, and he's obviously working on that and trying to implement that in. Do you think that the boys have taken to that a lot better this year? Do you think that we're going to see a lot more of that going forwards this season?
Most definitely. He's definitely got it into their heads that we need not to concede. I mean, look how angry they all were when Spurs scored on Saturday. Yeah, I mean that game should have been put to bed 25 minutes earlier, like with a good 3 or 4 goal cushion. But in the end, it was a bit nervy the last 5 minutes. So, and that's what Klopp doesn't want to do again, because we've been there before, haven't we? 2-0 up, and then all of a sudden they score 1-2-1, and it's nervy, and then they score in injury time 2-2. How many times that happened to us last season?
I hate that. That is the one thing that I hate, and it is the one thing that we need to eradicate from our game. And if we do that, then, well, honestly, and I think that's where everyone's saying we will absolutely blitz teams when it all starts to gel. And I think that's when I say it will click and it will gel. I don't just mean the goals will come. I mean Liverpool, it will all just start to click, and it's obviously something that they're working on, that balance. It's not just about scoring loads of goals in a game, but it's about keeping your shape, stopping the other team from getting their chances, being able to score late against us, but finishing and killing the game off as well earlier on in the game. Connor, what's your views on that, mate?
I agree with the sense that we need to take our chances more. Like most people have said, in that Spurs game we should have been 5-6 up at least by the 80th minute, and it was kind of the sense last season where we were going on about Mo Salah and we were like, if he could be a bit more clinical, he could have scored 50-60 goals. And I think this season it's the whole team. That's going back to that Spurs game. The Spurs game, we should have ended it a lot quicker. And I think games going forward, we need to finish games really quickly and then focus defensively on shutting the game out and then just getting 3 points, and just hopefully then we can mount up the points going into the table. And even in the Champions League, we need to shut out those 2 goals against PSG, because they could come costly towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I agree, mate. So obviously we've been talking about what Liverpool need to do, what Klopp needs to do, this season. This is a build-up show for the Southampton game, and hopefully Liverpool can, as we're all saying, score predictions 4-0, 3-1s. Everyone's throwing their score predictions in there. We've already got some starting lineups on there, so feel free to put your starting lineups in the live chat for everyone to be able to watch and read. I'm just going to put my lineup on there at the moment because everyone's talking about Salah being rested or the midfield being rested, but my lineup is actually on the screen at the moment, and I've gone with Alisson in goal, obvious. Trent at right back, Gomez, Virgil, and Robbo. So unchanged, basically. Milner, Genie, and Keita, which I think is our best midfield three at the moment for me. And then Salah, Bobby, and Mane. The reason I've gone with this is because I think Klopp is going strong against Southampton, and then I think he's looking at the Chelsea game to have a big change up, to get some rest in for the players. I think we played on Tuesday. I think there's more than enough time between the two games for those players to get some rest in. Mickey, for yourself, mate, you was talking about, obviously, Klopp highlighted about Sturridge and Bobby being able to play together up top. What's your views on that, my friend? Do you think that they could possibly play together up top against Southampton?
They could do, but I don't think they will. I think, to be honest, but in my team, I said earlier, I think Bobby would be on the bench and it'd be Sturridge playing, simply because I don't think he's fully recovered from his eye injury at the moment. I don't think he can do a full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think they can play together. And if you look last season when we played Brighton at Anfield, he played two up top, Solanke and Firmino, and we scored quite a few goals. And we looked quite attacking. So I think some teams, he'll notice a weaker midfield or a smaller midfield, and you think, well, I can put the extra man up front and take one out of midfield. I think we're going to see this quite a few times in certain games.
And I think with that tactic as well, Mickey, I think that also helps us when it comes to teams trying to counter us, because we had really good shape to be able to stop the team from countering us. I just noticed that it really worked. And I don't know whether that was because of having Solanke in that role with Bobby just playing off him, whether Sturridge would be as effective there. No doubt, I think he would, because he's a quality player. But yeah, you know, Klopp said they've played together before up top and they will be able to do it again. He highlighted that it was a great performance from Daniel Sturridge. Going forwards, obviously before the PSG game, I think me and you, Mickey, both said that Daniel Sturridge wouldn't necessarily start many games for us, if any. We see him more as a sub because of his injuries. Daniel Sturridge would be a man with full of confidence right now, wouldn't he? And he would probably be itching to get back out there and start against Southampton, wouldn't he?
Yeah. He just seems like a different man now. He seems like the player we brought all them years ago, hungry. Well, to be honest, I think, and I've said this before in the stream, he went to West Brom and realised it's a massive step down. He wants to stay at Liverpool. He's in the last year of his contract. He needs to do something to get a new contract. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes that's all it needs. Sometimes you just need a bit of a realisation. And we spoke about it before, and, you know, being honest with himself, wasn't it, in one of those streams? I think it was Let's Talk About Liverpool in one of those streams that, you know, we spoke about this. Connor, for you, mate, obviously my starting 11's up on the screen. Yours was different to mine. Bobby and Sturridge playing together up top in the future. Would you like the sound of that, mate? Or do you think that you would like to never see that, in the sense of some people would say, I like the fact that if Bobby needs resting or like this, he had the eye injury, Sturridge was able to play. Whereas if you play them both at the same time, Sturridge ended up injured and then something happened to Bobby, God forbid. You know, what's your views on the whole situation there, mate?
I think in that sense, if they both got injured, then that would be like the worst case scenario. But going back to like what Mickey said, the Brighton game, where we just looked solid playing a 4-2-3-1 in that game and not allowing the other team to counter. And I think that if we were going to play Bobby and Sturridge up front together, I think that's the most likeliest formation we'll play, with probably Keita and Henderson playing in deep, because it's also another way of overcoming defensive teams. It's like because it's another option to what we already got. And teams obviously look for us and think, oh, they're going to play a 4-3-3. But then if we have the likes of Sturridge and Firmino and we have a different formation, then they got to come up with new tactics to stop us from scoring.
Yeah.
So I think that could only be a good thing.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Who do you think... so I'll stick with you on this one firstly, Connor, and then I'll go to Mickey straight away afterwards. Who do you think we need to be wary of for Southampton? Obviously, I think that they're going to go with Long and Austin up top, but who do you think is going to be the danger man? Who should we be wary of in that game?
I think I agree with you with that. I think Shane Long is probably their deadliest threat.
Yeah. I mean, he's a workhorse and he's got quality. I think having Gomez at centre-back with Virgil van Dijk with his pace, I think he fills me with confidence that we can deal with fast attackers like Long these days. Well, as a few years back, and you looked at maybe when we had a bit of a slower defence, you had someone like Clavan playing with Lovren, and it was like, no, like when you come up against someone like Long, I just didn't like these sort of games. So, Mickey, yourself, mate, who do you think we should be looking out for?
To be honest, it's got to be Shane Long, hasn't it? He's going to be the danger man. He normally plays well against us as well over his career.
Yeah.
So
everyone in the live chat, do you agree with Mickey and Connor? Long is the one that we should be wary of. Mickey, Austin, he's a good player as well, isn't he? Like, he's a good finisher.
He is, but he's a bit of a Daniel Sturridge, isn't he? He's injured a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's ever recaptured that form. I personally believe they're going to play one up front at Anfield. I don't think they'll be bold and go two. I think they're asking for a thrashing if they do that.
Oh, I mean, it could well be this 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. We just don't know, do we?
I think they're going to pat the midfield to try and stifle their midfield.
Obviously, they're midfield players. Who do you think is going to be the player that we're going to be targeting in their midfield weakness, maybe?
To be honest, I've not done much homework on the midfielders, but I personally believe we're going to target the fullbacks because both of them like to get forward.
Yeah, that could be a weakness.
Spurs.
Yeah,
I think that's where we're going to target. Really, I don't think we really think about their midfield. I don't think their midfield's good enough to combat our midfield unless they put the numbers in there.
Yeah.
But the two fullbacks like to get forward. So
hit them when they come up, then we can hurt them, I reckon. Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. Connor, what about you? Do you agree with Mickey there? Maybe we can get at them if their fullbacks push forwards.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think that if they do push forward, I think, like what Mickey said, they're going to get thrashed. And I think that if they even think about trying to attack us, I think it's going to be an easy day for Liverpool.
Yeah, hopefully so. I love that. Hopefully it's going to be an easy day. Mickey, you wanted to bring up about the training ground. You've seen about the training ground. You were saying it before the stream, mate. Let everyone know your information.
Right. Yes. This will be my last bit of information, and once I've done this, I've literally got to go because I've got some errands to do.
No worries, buddy.
Basically, as everyone knows, that they started the building of the new training complex, and there's two encouraging bits of news coming from that. Is the first bit of news is it's a thing that Liverpool probably needed to do. It's going to have state-of-the-art gym, state-of-the-art everything else. It's all futuristic, based on Man City's training complex, which is meant to be the best in the world. We're going to be up there with them on that one. But the best thing I heard from it was Klopp says, I'm going to be privileged to be the manager of the club when it opens, which is in 2020, which shows me that he knows he's going to be there in a few years' time. And it's a long-term plan. So all this talk of him managing Germany and Bayern Munich can just go now.
No, he's going to be at Liverpool, isn't he, for a long time, hopefully, Mickey. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Mickey, and I know that you've got a lot to do. So, speak to you soon, hopefully, buddy, and you take care.
See you, Connor, as well.
Bye, Mickey, mate.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. So obviously Mickey joined us for the beginning of this live stream. He's got to get off. He has got a lot to do. So I'm really grateful that he did manage to join us for this one. We was actually meant to do this match build-up show yesterday, but my son was back in hospital yesterday. So I couldn't do that. I was up the hospital with him all yesterday, all last night and that. So apologies, guys, that it was a day later than what it was meant to be. But obviously, you know, he's all right. He's back at home today. It's his breathing. He's still too young, so they won't say that it's asthma, but he's got bad asthma, in my opinion. But yeah, obviously, thank you to everyone that has joined us for this show tonight. So, right, Connor, is there anything else that you want to say on this game tonight, buddy?
I just hope that we can go out there first 5-10 minutes and hopefully we can just nick a goal and seal it, hopefully in the first half.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see us go and finish a game off in the first half, and then, you know, I think then Klopp could be comfortable in the second half and make a couple of changes maybe, and it might change his game plan for Chelsea. Who knows? Is that the way you're looking at it there, or?
Yeah, I think that if we can end the game pretty early, I think he'll rest some players for Chelsea.
Yeah. Hopefully so, mate. Hopefully so. So, Connor, massive thank you to you as well for coming on the show tonight. Me and Connor are going to be trying to do the watch along tomorrow, but obviously the game's not on TV, so we're going to give it a shot, aren't we, Connor? We're going to go for it. We're going to go live half an hour before the match, as we always do. Try and get the stream going. And yeah, you'll have to bear with us because we're going to be in the same boat as all of you trying to watch it. Okay, Connor, I will speak to you in a little bit. I know that you'll probably end up jumping on the live chat now. Are you sticking around with us?
Yeah, I'll be sticking around.
Yeah. No Hoover tonight, Connor. You wasn't hoovering.
No, I thought I'd give it a rest tonight.
Yeah. You know who else likes to do the hoovering, Connor? You know who else likes to do the hoovering? Trent. Trent likes to do the hoovering. Oh dear. Right, I'll speak to you soon, Connor, mate. Thank you so much for coming on for the beginning of this show tonight, and I'll speak to you as well afterwards, yeah?
My pleasure, mate. See you in a bit.
Take care, mate. Speak to you in a bit. What a beginning to the show. Obviously, those two lads have come on to help me get this started. Absolutely brilliant. Connor's an absolute legend. That joke was from the watch along. His computer sounds like a Hoover, or it sounds like something is taking off in the background. That's why I dropped that little joke there. As we got Raz, he's saying about Reddit streams. Oh, there we go. Raz, you absolute legend. Nigel says... wink, wink. Michael Dunn's in as well. Good to see you tonight, my friend. So obviously I had the two lads on, as I was saying, for the beginning of the stream. I hope you've all enjoyed their input so far, and we will be taking callers in 5 minutes. Let me just speak to the live chat for a few minutes, see how you guys are doing. Oisk is in as well. Oisk, there you go, mate. Oh, there we go. Your fist bump. You always like one of those, don't you? What else have we got? Raz says, I'm sure he'll be at Liverpool in under rates in no time, Daz. Oh, what? My boy Raz. Yeah, well, if he's got bad asthma, then I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's a bit gutting, isn't it? He's all right, guys. He's all right. I see some of you guys saying about him being all right, and that he is all right. He's got to have the nebulizers, and that has to go into hospital when it's like it. So yeah. But thank you so much for your nice messages, everyone. Cool, Daz. I will tune in. Yes, Michael. Good to see you'll be tuning in. Where is the new training ground being located? Good question. That is a good question. I'm trying to think now. I've got it somewhere. I don't know off the top of my head. Everything's up in the air at the moment. I will find out for you, Nigel. All right, buddy. Thanks, Daz, says Michael. You're very welcome. Everyone's putting in about streams. Absolutely brilliant. Eric says, hey, Daz. Hey, Eric, mate. How are you? DZB says, Daz, Connor will look after the Mexican Waves. Yes, DZB. Obviously, DZB can't join us tomorrow because he's at work. So, yeah, I'm gutted that you're at work tomorrow, my friend. Absolutely gutted about that, but You know, you will be missed and your Mexican waves will be continuing, of course. Kabuka says, thanks, I'm listening from Uganda, your Neville clone. No worries whatsoever, my friend, and thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, Daz. Hi to you, my friend, as well. 666. Mohammed says, I'd rather play Man City than play Chelsea this season. They are the team to beat. You'd rather play Man City than Chelsea, so you think Chelsea are the team to beat this year. How many other people agree with them? Okay, thanks, Daz. You're fine. There we go. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to catch up with the live chat here, guys. It's jumping all over me. It's jumping all over me. Naby will score, says Dan LFC. Oh, I would love to see Naby get a goal, guys. I really would. Richard says, great video, Daz, and what a great bunch of guys and girls there seems to be in the chat. Hope your boy is well. Thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, we've got a lovely group on here. We really have. We tried to keep the bad ones out, don't we? Yeah, we've got a lovely family. That's what it's all about. Liverpool supporters in general are pretty good, aren't they? And the bad ones aren't normally Liverpool supporters, are they? They're random fans. So we do our best, and the mods are really good on this channel as well. And thank you as well for saying about I hope my boy as well. Thank you so much. Imitiez, welcome to the stream today, my friend. He says, boom, I'm back in action. Good to see you back, my friend. Kabuka says, thanks, Daniel. We are Liverpool. Nigel says, Connor's hoovering. Brings us luck. Lol. Yes, we need the hoover, don't we? We do. Tommy says, there isn't a club on the planet that wouldn't want Mr. Klopp as their manager, but he is loyal to Liverpool and he has us all believing again. I agree. What we got? Fizzy said, Chelsea look good so far, but Thursday nights could ruin their campaign. I think Fizzy's making a very, very good point there. Very good point. Connor says, Nigel, I will definitely bring the hoover if it means we win tomorrow. Yes. Gary, we will give South Costas a shimmering dazzle. Indeed, Gary, indeed. We need to give them one, don't we? We do. Norwich says, boom, boom to you, Norwich, mate. Good to see you in here tonight. Oi says, kitchen, bigger or better than the hoover. I think that is. You'll have both, Ois. You've got both, so it doesn't matter what's better, does it? Because we're in the kitchen and you'll have Connor's hoover. Kind of. Nigel is saying brilliant, Connor. Lol. Junior's saying no spam. No spam. Dan says Daz versus Bin round 2. Oh god, Dan. Do you know, I watched that back. It wasn't actually that bad. I always watch my streams back to read the live chat. Obviously, to make sure I don't miss what you guys say. Like that tonight, I started with the lads and you guys were commenting away. I don't miss your comments because I end up watching them back. So yeah, I will end up being able to make sure I read all your comments and stuff. And yeah, I watched it back and the contact with the bin wasn't as bad as firstly thought. All right, so if it was given as a red card for the bin, it would have been retracted. But yeah, it was funny, wasn't it, on the live stream? It would have been funny if I would have face planted, but it didn't happen. DZB, Mexican wave, boom. It's good that we're doing a Mexican wave tonight because we can't tomorrow, can we? Lil says, do vlogs. Match day maybe. When we do match days, when I go to the games, I might actually do some vlogs when I get to go to a game at some point, hopefully. Mark says, hey DZB mate. The Angry Scale says, Man City fans make the Etihad look like Charles play on the Champions League nights. They do, mate. They do, don't they? Pritesh says, Daz, you sexy beast. Wow, Pritesh. Wow. Lil says, I got in a fight at school today. Well, you know, I don't really know what to say to that. I hope that you're okay. I think that's probably the best thing that I can say, isn't it? Michael's laughing. Oi says, solid. Blue Tick says, read all the comments from the start. Lol. Read all the comments from the start. Oh, what? Now? Like, no, I would go back up now, but obviously when I watch it back, I end up doing it anyway. Fizzy says, going to any games, Daz, soon? I haven't got anything booked, but yeah, it would be nice if I could go after Christmas. If I could go to a game or two, it would be really nice. I do want to go to some games. Obviously, the watch-alongs is an important thing for me this year for the channel, so that I can sit with you guys and do it and that. But I really want to go and see Liverpool as well at some point. So I want to take my missus to a game actually at Anfield as well this season. That'd be nice. Angry Scout says, did you win? What about the fight for them there? Obviously, Michael says, right, Dad's got to go. We'll tune in tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, all you legends. You'll never walk alone. All right, mate. See you later, buddy. You take it easy. DZB says, okay, Michael. Kabuka says, can Shaqiri play in both wings, right or left? He can indeed. He can indeed. Yeah, I think Shaqiri can play anywhere. Midfield, left, right, can play up front, false nine. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Mohammed says, read my previous comment, please. Mohammed, let me try and find it. I sent you a picture on Skype. I predicted the PSG score right. I will have a look ski. I will have a look ski afterwards. For those of you guys that are trying to message me on Skype, obviously during the live streams, I've got all this up, so I can't read if you guys send me messages on Skype. And then I don't actually have my Skype on my computer. My computer's not ever on unless I'm on a live stream, basically, or trying to get set up for a live stream. So yeah, it's not a great way to try and contact me. It's via Skype, guys. All right. The best way, if you ever want me to read a comment, is actually commenting on one of my videos. That's the best way, because then I get a notification come up to me. That's what I keep an eye on mostly, because it's really important that I make sure I don't miss any of your comments on YouTube. So I always try and keep an eye on my phone with that. So yeah, don't ever think I'm being rude if I don't see a comment on Skype or whatever, guys. Mitchell says, anytime you want to come up with your missus, mate, give us a shout. I've emailed you. Mitchell, okay, yeah, I'll check my emails, buddy. I will check my emails for definite. Mitchell, when I come up to Liverpool, we are meeting up. No shadow of a doubt about it. We've got to meet up. I heard the game will not be televised. Blue tick tomorrow's one. Yes, it's not on TV. Why do they do that to us? Why do they do that? Keith says, hi, Daz. What do you think about Fekir? Comments. To make a club regret not buying him. I don't know, Keith. I don't know, mate. Who knows with Fekir? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I really don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know whether he'll end up being a Liverpool player in the end, whether now, if Liverpool wanted to go back in there, whether he would go, no. I really don't know. Connor says, the Hoover versus the Bin. Who will win? Find out tomorrow. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Right. Let's get this set up here so you guys can call into the show. I just wanted to bounce off a live chat for 2 minutes. Obviously, for those of you that are there, let's get these up as well. Not that one. That one. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bush. Right. So, you guys can now call into the show. The Skype logo is that way. Skype logo and name is up on the screen, which means it's live. The lines are live for you guys to call in. So yeah, if you want to call in, have your say on the game tomorrow, then please do feel free to do so. Angry Scout says he looked great against Man City. What, Fekir? Yeah. I see the clips of his goal. I didn't get to watch it, but yeah. Here we go. We got our first one. Oh, hold on 2 seconds. It's going mental on me. Let me just accept it. Hello.
Hi, Daz. It's Fizzy. How are you?
Hello, Fizzy, mate. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. I'm tired. But yeah, I'm great to be on this live stream tonight.
I hope your son's well as well.
Oh, thank you so much, mate. Yeah, it's been a long couple of days, but family, mate. It's all about family, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. But so, I wish him a speedy recovery. But yeah.
Thank you, mate. Your views on the game, buddy?
Yeah, firstly, I'd like to talk a bit about Mo Salah and the comments and the press, which is baffling for me. Firstly, I would like to say that obviously the press are going to make a big deal if Salah doesn't score for a number of games, or if he goes for a dry spell, because everyone's just so used to him scoring every other game and doing so well for us. Last season, there wasn't really a time where he didn't score as much. He was always scoring every other game. There was hardly a drought that he had. And I think at the start of last season, he actually only scored, I think, 3 goals in his first 5 or 6 games. And obviously, no one knew what he was about then. But now, I think he's only scored 2 goals in 6 games. And everyone is like, oh my God, what's up with him? Is it a lack of confidence, or is he just a one-season wonder? But the way I look at it is that I think when you do have a season like he did, you're going to be put in that bracket of Ronaldo and Messi, and that's not himself. or Klopp or Liverpool fans. It's just the whole football public in general putting him in that bracket, because if you scored that amount of goals and you hit those numbers, it's going to be an automatic comparison. So it's a bit harsh on him that it's brought upon himself. But I think all good players go through bad spells, and I think for the first time in his career, he's going through that. And I think all good players get through it. I look at Ronaldo. Every single year he starts off the season maybe slowly, like his first 10 games he doesn't score as much, and then as soon as he scores one, they start flying in. So I think it's just a matter of time. I think maybe if he scores a few goals tomorrow or in the upcoming games, I think he will regain his confidence back and he'll be the player he once was again. What is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I'm spot on. I think so. I think once he finds all of a sudden that he can score again, it's not that he can't score, it's just, you've heard players like Suarez said it, you know, when they said what's the key to how many goals you score and how good you can, you know, score these goals, and he said there's no real key to it. It's just you find that you go through these spells where for a period everything you do just doesn't go your way. You're doing the same things but the ball just doesn't find the back of the net, or keepers make great saves, and then you can go through a spell where everything you do, you know, you're doing the same things but it just ends up in the back of the net. And it's when you feel like it's going for you, your confidence gets higher, you know, you're making the same runs and you end up, the ball falls to your feet in the right areas. We know that Salah has got the attributes to be able to do it, because everyone was talking about Salah and saying there's no one calmer in those situations to be able to finish it. I mean, look at those deft touches that he was taking last year, where normally someone would be so quick to try and bang it in the back of the net, but Salah would take that extra touch to make sure he finished it. You know, he's got that in his locker, and once he realises that he's got that, it's all going for him again, that will just all come flooding back in. So I'm not worried about him at all, mate, personally. I think as long as he's contributing to the team, which I feel that he's doing, I'm happy. I'm happy, and it will come again. It really will. So I agree with you on it. I really do.
Yeah, spot on. You've, I agree with you also. I think he's shown us last year why he is the player he is, and he's got quality all round. And as you said, even this season, he's been performing okay, but he's also contributing defensively as well. And I think you pointed that out in the PSG live stream. You said it was one of his better performances defensive wise, and obviously Klopp also picked up on that as well. So I think it's nothing to really worry about. I think as soon as he gets his first goal, that confidence will come back and it will just start clicking again.
Yeah, no, I think so, mate. I really do. I mean, for this game, not everyone, but I see a lot of comments out there saying he needs to be rested, he needs to be dropped. If you're looking at a player and, you know, people are saying his confidence isn't there and that, surely the worst thing that you can do is drop a player.
Drop him, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. If you drop a big player who's one of your most important players, it would help. It would just drain their confidence even more, and then it would just be hard for them to get back on top form. The best thing to do is just keep giving them that confidence to play, and give them the opportunity, and then they'll be able to regain their form that way.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate, definitely. So this game, obviously, tell everyone your score prediction while you're on the chat and your reasons why, mate.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a comfortable afternoon for us tomorrow. I feel like at the moment we've actually grinded out a lot of results. I think last Saturday I was there at Wembley watching the game, and I thought for the first 45 minutes we did okay. It was like a normal type of away performance, but in the second half, once we got that second goal, we just started to really attack Spurs, and we could have had so many more goals, and we just weren't clinical enough. I just feel like tomorrow will be a different story. I don't feel like Southampton have that quality defensively that Spurs do, and I feel like we could put a few past them. But I think it's all about being patient tomorrow, because I think Southampton will come with an approach where they're going to park the bus. They're going to have like 5-6 people behind the ball, and they're going to really try and make it tough for us. And I think that's what Brighton did a few weeks ago. They really came to Anfield and they're well disciplined, and they really didn't do anything wrong, really. It was just us forcing the issues and the errors when Milner intercepted and then he laid it on to Salah and he scored for the goal against Brighton. So maybe we might need to look for openings or force our way through, because I feel like they'll be really tough to break down. And I think if we get the first goal, then it will cause them to come out and play a bit. But I think if we get the first goal early within the first 30 minutes, I think we could really win big.
Yeah, I think that they might be looking at it as a bit of damage limitation come half time if we've got a couple of goals.
Yeah, totally, I agree. And I think that's what we need to start doing. I feel like we need to be able to score early in games, because this, apart from, I think, West Ham, the other games have been quite tight, where we have got an early goal, but we haven't really pushed on and got like the third or the fourth and really killed the game off. So I think tomorrow will be a good opportunity for us to do that. But we can't take anything for granted as well. I think we're in a good run of form at the minute. But I think apart from last season, I think we've not really played well against Southampton. So we've dropped points against them at times as well. So I think it's just, for us, it's just all about making sure that we don't become complacent and we just keep doing what we're doing. And also I agree with your team prediction as well. It's the team that's started most of the games this season, I think, apart from Leicester away. So I think consistency is key right now. And if we can keep that team, and then when it comes to Chelsea, I think that's the perfect game to rotate, because at the end of the day, in the league, we're flying at the minute. So why would you want to change something that's not broken?
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. It is that old saying, isn't it? You don't need to change something that's not broken. So yeah, 100%. Who do you think is a danger man for them? Obviously, Connor and Mickey highlighted Long earlier and saying he's their danger man. Ings isn't available for them. Yeah. Do you agree with that? Do you think he's going to be their danger man, or do you see it being a threat from somewhere else tomorrow?
I agree, and then also I feel like Redmond will be a threat as well. But touching on Long, I think with Shane Long, I think they'll play the long ball a lot. But I think we've got Virgil van Dijk who'll be able to take care of Long, and I think Gomez is very good in the air as well. So I think they might not have much joy aerially, but I think from set pieces we could be tested, because I still don't feel like we're quite there in terms of set pieces. But as we haven't been tested as much this season, so we need to be wary of set pieces and Shane Long's the aerial threat. But I think if they're going to try and maybe get in behind us, maybe Redmond, who's got that pace to get in behind, so he could be a threat. But other than that, I don't see them having anything else, because I looked at the predicted lineup for Southampton, and it's a 5 at the back with 3 in midfield and then 2 up top. So I think when you're playing that type of formation, it just shows that you're just playing very defensive and you're going to be setting up for a draw and playing on the counter. But I think, Redmond could be the one also to cause us some problems. Yeah,
100%, mate, 100%. Obviously, looking at this game as well, Klopp saying about Sturridge and Bobby can play up top. They've played together before. They can play up top again. A lot of people won't be looking at this game that them two will be playing together. I don't think there's any need for both of them to be on the pitch together, to be honest. But
yeah,
where do you see that? Do you see that them two get many games together up top? Or, my overall look on it is I like the fact that Sturridge is there as a backup for if ever Bobby does need resting, or like this with his eye, we had Sturridge to be able to call upon. What's your views on that, mate?
Yeah, personally, I feel right now is we shouldn't be overusing Sturridge, because I feel like if Bobby's fit, he should be starting. I think with Sturridge, he did play really well midweek. I think he got 70-odd minutes. So I think in the future, if it does come for us, if we do need a different approach going into a game, I would defo see Sturridge and Firmino playing 2 up top as an option, maybe in the future against maybe teams we may struggle against, or if we're looking for a different approach. I think at the minute, right now, I like the front 3 that we have. And I like, as you said, Sturridge being our backup player. I think if he could stay fit, it'll be a good option to play maybe in the cup games and the odd game to come in if Bobby isn't fit. So that is my view on them two.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Fizzy, mate. Thank you for calling in tonight. Always a pleasure to get your views, mate. Is there anything else that you want to say quickly before you go off?
Yeah, and just a quick one on Fabinho. I think the best time to play him will be against Chelsea next week, and I think that's where we should make most of our changes.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength for that. I think that we're going to see a lot of changes against Chelsea. Yeah, again, mate. Brilliant. Anyone that's in the live chat right now, let me know your views on that. You know, do you think that Fabinho starts against Southampton, or do you agree with Fizzy that he's likely to come in against Chelsea? Fizzy, thank you so much, mate. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening as well.
Thank you. You
take care, buddy. Bye, mate.
Bye.
Right. Hello, my friend. Hello. Hello. There we go. Danny was trying to call, but for some reason he couldn't hear me. Here we go. We'll try again. Hello, Danny. You there, Dan? Dan?
Hello?
Oh, he just come in. There we go. Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello, you there, Dan?
Hello?
Hello, mate. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you, mate. Can hear you. Dan, I think there's some connection issues, mate.
Hello?
Yeah, there's definitely some connection issues. There we go. It's a shame, Dan, if you can hear the stream, mate. We're having some real connection issues there. Blue Tick says, I think Fabinho will gradually come in, but don't know against who. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll take some time. Right. Hello?
Try once more. We'll try once more.
Hello, can you hear me? No. Oh dear. Oh. Sorry guys. Sorry. Obviously we're trying to take call-ins, and I think the connection is quite bad tonight. Trev says, Daz, how do I call in? All you need, mate, is a Skype account and On The Bench LFC, all in small. It's the little cartoon version of me that comes up. That's what you need, buddy.
Oh, here I am.
Hello?
Daz.
Hello, mate. Can you hear me now?
Try my heart out here, pal.
Can you hear me now? Dan? There we go. Alright. Dan, hold off for 2 minutes, mate. Hold off for 2 minutes, because obviously we're having serious problems and we've got other people trying to call in, buddy. What else have we got here? So I think Angry's trying to call in as well. So Angry, if you want to call back into the show, mate. Mick says, hey Daz, got boys home safe. Glad to hear it, Mickey, mate. Glad to hear it. Right, here we go. I believe this is Angry. Hello, mate.
You're alright, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm good. He's better today, buddy. He's better today. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I've got asthma as well, buddy, so don't sweat about it.
Yeah, it's not nice, is it, when they're little like that? They don't understand, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're like, what are you doing?
When I was a kid, it went throughout and it come back when I was a teenager, so, you know, it can come and go, so. And there's loads of seasons out there now as well. But back to football anyway. How are you feeling for the match? How are you feeling?
Yeah, actually, it's true, isn't it? I'm confident, mate. Obviously, my score prediction is 4-0. I think it could be more than that. I think we've all said it, that one team at a stage this season is going to get a slapping from Liverpool. And I don't know why, but I think Southampton could be that team. I just have this feeling in the back of my mind that Liverpool are going to come out, they're going to want to keep a clean sheet, they're going to want to get back to the top of the Premier League table, and they're going to want to score goals. So yeah, I'm pretty confident, mate, to be honest.
I'm pretty confident that we can get the win, but I'm more confident on how many different styles of tactics we've got to throw out there, because one problem I've seen last year, and even in consecutive years, like we've gone out there and we've dominated teams like Man City 4-0, and we've dominated teams like I would say Chelsea, it's like Arsenal, Tottenham especially, and then we come up against like teams like Southampton, and then when we park the bus, we've only had that one style of attack. But now we've got our wing backs keep pushing up constantly, and then as you said before, Daniel Sturridge and Firmino can play together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good change of pace to have, especially.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. On a serious note, yeah, go on, mate, go on.
The depth in the midfield as well is nice to have. Jordan Henderson, Keita, Wijnaldum, Milner. There's a lot of good players just there, and we only used 3 of them on a good occasion. So,
yeah, Klopp's got this squad now, hasn't he? That you feel that if he does make a couple of changes in this game, that we've still got a really strong team to be able to do the job against Southampton, against even Spurs. When we had Spurs, it was like Klopp can change a few players in the team and we're still confident that we're going to get a result against them. All right, we wasn't saying we're going to spank Spurs, but it was like, yeah, you can make a couple of changes in that game and they're still going to come in and we should get the victory. And I mean, that was away to Spurs as well, people were saying that. So it's great to see, isn't it, mate?
It is. It's great to see. I just wish we'd be more clinical in front of goal. I wish, especially Mane. I wouldn't say Salah. I'd say Mane. He's trying to prove a point more this season, which I think's frustrating Salah thinking about it, because there's been a lot of occasions where Salah's been open on a good few times where you'd want him to have it on his left foot, bend it round the keeper. I'd prefer that to Mane in front of goal, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. DZB says that their predictions change. I'm going for a 6-0. You'll never walk alone. What's your prediction for this game, mate?
Me, I could see a 2, maybe 3-0.
2-3-0.
But I can see it being, if we get that first goal, I'm not going to say if. Once we get that first goal, should I say? It'll open up for us, but I think the key will be getting that first goal, because I think they'll be happy with the 0-0.
Yeah, they would want to try and take the points in that sense, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would. Like I was listening to a Southampton supporter today, and he was saying that they'd be happy just to get 1 goal against us, 1 goal and sit back. That'd be their job. And even if we did score 2, 3, 4, they'd be happy with the 1 goal. And that fan said he'd be happy. Him, I'm not going to say all the fans, but him personally would be happy, and a lot of people he knows would be happy with that, with the positives he could take from that match.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a scrappy game. I think they're going to try. I think there's going to be a real effort to push for it.
Yeah, I think there's 2 different mindsets, because Liverpool are going to be going into this, wanting to continue with the fine form that we've shown in the sense of getting the results. And as I said, they're going to want to get back to the top of the Premier League table. And like you're saying, they will be happy to come and keep a clean sheet or just get a draw, take the points in that sense.
I don't think getting the 4, like, it's early days in the season, going for goal difference right now isn't really priority. Hazard scored a hat-trick and everyone's panicking. People are swapping them the teams. It's like, when was the last time Hazard scored a hat-trick?
I know.
When was the last time Hazard scored 10 goals in a season? 2 seasons ago? And now you're swapping him out for a person that hasn't got a goal in. It makes no sense, just because. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it, mate. I get it. What else are you looking at with this game tomorrow? Is there anything key that you think that we've missed on this stream that you want to highlight, what you want to talk about coming on?
Not really, other than the Champions League matches, or the other ones, if you don't mind talking about them.
No, go ahead, mate. Obviously, you've called in.
Man City, look, the Man City fans especially shocked me when they were playing against Lyon. Yeah. Like how bad does that make the Etihad look?
Yeah.
Empty seats on a Champions League night against... And like, you'd think that they were playing against young boys like Manchester United, where they weren't. They were playing against Lyon, a good, respectable team with good players. You know?
I fully get it. I know exactly what you mean.
And because they done that, Nabil Fekir just got to run the midfield, because the fans help. I don't care what anyone says. The fans help, and if you've got empty seats in your stadium, you're not going to be as hyped for the match. It's inevitable. You come to a derby game, everyone's in the seats, everyone's chanting. You get the vibe. If none of your supporters are there, it means nothing, innit?
Yeah, it's
especially at your home ground. At your home ground, there's empty seats at your home ground. That shouldn't happen.
Mate, I said it before. I said this is the one thing that
PSG,
always annoys me. Yeah, I mean, how good was PSG's fans?
Yeah, they brought their own band. People from Manchester can't be bothered getting the bus to go to the Etihad. It's disgraceful.
Honestly, I've said it so many times. Man City, right? They've spent all this money. They've got a great team, but you take the money away from them. Yeah, the players start to leave. They're just going to go back into the shadows.
Even the manager, you look at Pep Guardiola as a manager. He inherits good teams. He inherits good players. You look at a manager like Jurgen Klopp. He creates good players. Yeah. He makes them world class. He brings people in and makes them better. Pep Guardiola just goes, I'm in a big club. I want to buy you, you, and you. Or he'll get into a big club that's already got like Lionel Messi and God knows who in it. You know what I mean? Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho, you can't get much better than that, you know what I mean? It's hard.
Honestly, I think we've got the best manager suited to Liverpool Football Club. We've got the best fans, because you look at it, right? This is something that I've always said, the amount of times that we've looked at as fans, we've watched Liverpool go through some real tough times where we haven't been playing the best football, over the years. Hodgson, horrible times, and the players weren't great, and we still supported them. You still turned up to the games. Do you know what I mean?
We always will, won't we? That's the key.
That's Liverpool fans. That's how big Liverpool Football Club is. And Liverpool could have gone the other side of the world and the fans would have turned up in force. You can't say the same about City.
No, you can't, because City, well, to be fair to them, they haven't been on the European stage for that long. So they haven't got that much branding. But people are saying that the favourites to win the Champions League. It's like, are you messing? Are you messing? Have you looked at what?
Yeah.
Favourites to win the Champions League.
Look,
no.
They've got a good squad. They've got a really good squad in playing and manager. But I think when it comes to like these European nights and stuff like that, it's not just about how good your team is. It's not just how good your manager is. I think your fans can play a big part in it. I think they do play a big part in it. Atmosphere
it's the 12th man,
as well.
It?
Yeah, 100%.
That's why the club's known. You look at the Dortmund game, you can tell it was the crowd that edged them on for that. You could tell, you could feel it in the atmosphere. You could tell by the manager's reaction for Dortmund. Thomas Tuchel, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but
mate,
you could tell by his reaction. He knew it was coming. He could tell by the atmosphere. It was just the feeling of the match. Everyone could feel the spark in the atmosphere, and if you've got no fans there, then you've got nothing, have you?
But this is what Klopp was saying about this game. Klopp has said he wants the same sort of atmosphere for the Southampton game as well. He said, why can't we have the same atmosphere?
Well, that's always disappointed me for Liverpool fans, because I've lived in London for a while now, so I haven't been to Anfield in a good while, but like sometimes you'll go to Anfield and like a lot of the game it'll be quiet, you know what I mean? Like silent disapproval from the fans, and there shouldn't be that in Anfield. In Anfield, it should be like a dome of noise, no matter how your team's doing, because you know they can do better. No matter how they're doing, if they score 4 or 5 goals, you know they can get more. So even if they're 4 or 5 goals down, you know there's some way, there's a chance they can bring it back.
Yeah,
it's only since Klopp come back you've heard that roar from the crowd. Like, we don't care if we're 2-3-0 down in the second half, we're coming out in force.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as I said, the fans play a massive part in lifting your team up when they go a goal down, when they're level with a team. And like you say, even when you're a couple of goals up or whatever, you know what I mean? If your fans are full voice and stuff, if you're a player, that really gives you them extra last bit of energy, you know what I mean, to kick on and carry on and to get the performance, to get the win. And that is where I think teams like City, they always got a disadvantage when they're going to be playing in the Champions League and stuff, because they haven't got the fans that are going to help them in that sense.
They haven't.
That's the bottom line with it. What have we got here? Nigel says, I love the Liverpool accent. So, Nigel absolutely loves your accent, my friend.
Nice one, buddy.
Scotty says, how do I watch a game tomorrow, LFC fans? How are you watching it, mate?
I've got to say, do you want me to say it on the stream? Because people probably won't understand me.
Depends what...
it
depends how you're going to be watching it.
Exactly, I don't want to.
No, we can't say too much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that I don't want to do. So
I've made certain
things. I've been told not to by the boss. I hope James Milner plays again.
Yeah.
I hope Daniel Sturridge plays again, especially because how he was in the first half, he deserves another starting role. I think Bobby Firmino deserves a rest for one. He's done his job in the Champions League. I think he can deserve a rest, and I'm pretty confident in what. Like, even if you'd have to bring him on for the last 30 minutes, give him that in most of the game rest.
Yeah, and, definitely, mate.
Get Daniel Sturridge a good 70 minutes down him again. He looked sharp. I was impressed with Daniel Sturridge. He let me down that second header, though.
That was an easier. Everyone's right. Everyone's saying it was an easier header, wasn't it?
It was.
I could see it coming, couldn't he?
I think it's just him being so used to Liverpool underachieving in the past few years. He's just not expecting a good ball to come in, and it just bounced off his head like wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not used to a good ball being whipped in.
I'll tell you what though, did you see the interview with Robbo where Robbo turned around when they're talking and they said like about the delivery from Robbo, and Robbo was like, he couldn't miss. Yeah.
I like them two. I think them two are perfect fits as wing backs.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I've seen other fans saying that they're jealous of our left and right back because they can actually deliver a decent ball into the box.
The only thing that's got paranoid today is when I read that Dejan Lovren's back, and that gives me a doubt in my mind that he's going to play Dejan Lovren instead of Gomez, but he's going to play Virgil van Dijk because we got Chelsea coming up, so they're big games.
Yeah,
we got them back to back in like 2-3 days of each other. So
yeah, I know Klopp said Lovren's definitely not in the squad for Southampton, but he said after that we'll see. So I'm wondering whether he might say that Lovren gets a look in for the Chelsea game. I don't know. He said on Lovren, Klopp said he's close. He looks really fit, fitness wise. He's on a really okay for his situation.
I don't care how fit he is. He's just not good enough for this Liverpool squad. Joe Gomez has put it like if he starts Dejan Lovren, I could understand him starting him in the FA Cup, but if he starts him against Chelsea in the Prem, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not.
I say that I think Lovren needs to, really show that he deserves to get back into the starting 11 over Gomez. There's definitely games there for both of them because we need all of our players this year because of how many games we're going to be playing. But,
100%. But I'd choose Joel Matip over Lovren right now. I don't think Joel Matip's overly impressed me since he's joined the club, but I can't think of any mistakes he's made worse than Lovren. Can you remember when he played against Kane? That was awful. I've never seen a defender get subbed off after 30 minutes just because he's been playing so bad.
Yeah. Klopp still Klopp tries to, back that up, doesn't he? He tries not to make it as bad as what it was, but let's face it, if you're getting subbed that early on, that's like you've really peed off your governor.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't remember Joel Matip being subbed off after 30 minutes, so I'd say, put him in front of Lovren.
There you go. So if you guys agree with that, obviously it's a talking point there.
It's like, would you put Karius back in goal? It's like, after the show he done in the Champions League, would you? I'd rather have Adam Bogdan in goal rather than Loris Karius because he hasn't made nearly as many mistakes. You know
Bogdan,
what I mean?
oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I remember we went to watch friendly, Swindon versus Liverpool, and we was behind the goal, literally just behind the goal, and we was watching Bogdan warm up. And I kid you not, my missus was next to me and she was like, is that one of Liverpool's goalkeepers? Because you know what it's like sometimes. And I was like, that's Bogdan. And she was like, he's not very good, is he? I was like, no, he's not.
But I'd rather have him. Can you remember the time when Bogdan made a mistake like Karius? No, I don't. So I would have rather have had him in the Champions League final.
Oh, there you go, mate. There you go. Oh, honestly, thank you so much for calling into the show, buddy. I've had a right crack with you being on. I hope you call in again on the next one.
When are you next on?
Well, obviously tomorrow we're going to try and do the watch along, aren't we? For the game, and then we'll have the match reaction and stuff afterwards. Before the game, I'll take call-ins, half time, things like that, mate. Yeah. All right, mate. I'll speak to you later. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
See you later, Daz.
Yeah, take care, buddy. Bye. Speak to you later, mate. Bye. Great call in again. Oh, calling. Hello, mate. Hello. Dan? Dan? You there, Dan? No, Dan's not there. There we go. Hello?
Hey, Daz, I hear you. This is Fry.
Hey, Fry. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. Confident for tomorrow, buddy? What's your score prediction? How you feeling?
There is a saying that goes, winning is a habit, and losing is a habit too. So we are in a habit. We're in a very good habit. Klopp is taking us the right way. So I think our guys, they don't want to lose, and they're going to put on a show tomorrow. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
I expect us to win 3-0.
Yeah, so 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
So clean sheet for Liverpool again. You know, it'd be great, mate.
Strong team tomorrow, because I expect Klopp is getting ready for the following week for Chelsea. I don't know what he'll do midweek. I think Fabinho starts midweek. But hey, tomorrow are you wearing your one-eyed patch?
I should have bought a patch. No, I should have. Obviously, I've been busy the last couple of days, but I don't know whether my son's got like a little pirate outfit somewhere. So if he's got a pirate patch, then yeah, I might just grab it for the live stream. It's brilliant, isn't it? That celebration has made such a storm on social media, hasn't it? Like, have you seen the pictures of him wearing his glasses as well?
Oh, it was hilarious. No, the funniest one was Milner. He went on social media. Hey, you know, I was just thinking about it. I was like, Milner is like the second coming of the Wolverine. Did you see what he did to Neymar on Tuesday?
Oh, yeah, I know. It's, honestly, mate. I said if Neymar come to the Premier League, players like James Milner would not allow him to take the mick with skills. I said it before, and he showed him who was boss, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he threw the kitchen sink at him. I mean, he made sure and it was so hilarious. I can't stop watching that over and over again, and I'm like, is this guy really worth $200 million? And anyway, that's a topic for another day. But you know, in my last call last week, I told you I really fancied us against Paris Saint-Germain, and you know, we came out real good this week. For me, it wasn't the scoreline that really made it for me. I think we were so dominant. We were just so dominant in that game. It was like watching Real Madrid playing some Mickey Mouse team. So I look forward to that tomorrow, that kind of style of play that we had. I think that we're now, you know, we're now at a point where we're not relying on one player to take us to the promised land, but we're relying on a whole team to take us where we need to. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Virgil scored tomorrow or Joe Gomez scored tomorrow. You know, everybody is putting in effort, not just effort in their role, but effort in making sure we win. We don't care about score lines anymore. We care about, our team cares about winning, and that's what's most exciting. And you know, Virgil this week came out and said we want to win it all. Okay, so it means the mindset in that squad is of guys that want to win every single challenge. They want to win every single ball. They want to win every single tackle. They want to win, you know, everything at any time within that 90 minutes. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. It's the team It is about the team, and I like what you said as well. Like, you wouldn't be surprised if Virgil scored, Gomez. It is about the team as a collective, you know, performing well, getting a result again tomorrow. Just Liverpool in general have started so well this year, and come the end of the season, it is this start that could be critical in us, you know, challenging for the Premier League. We could be looking back at it and going, wow, it doesn't matter, because I've seen people say, like, you know, I have seen the comments where people are like, we need to get better, we need to get better, we need to get better. And I'm like, but at the end of the season, we're not going to look back and go, we wasn't good enough in those games. We're going to look back and go, how many points did we get in those games? Because you do forget about the performances, but you look at how many points, don't you? And we picked up maximum points. We just beat PSG as well. So the players as a team, they're going to be on cloud nine right now. They're all going to be so hyped. Do you think they're going to take the confidence into this game, or do you think they're going to be going from PSG high down to the performance levels might not be there because they're now dropping from PSG down to Southampton? Because we have seen that before.
Yeah, well, whether or not the players want to go in the game like that way, Klopp won't let it, and he's that kind of manager that won't let them go into that kind of game thinking that way. But you know, we have two things going for us right now. We have what we want to do in a game, how we want to dominate in the game, and then we have the fear factor. Now that's important. I remember last year Manchester City went 14 games unbeaten. Yeah. You know, I think by the time they got to 7 or 8 games, you know, teams were just like, you know, if we can score one goal, if we can just make it harder for them, we'll be satisfied. But we're not going to beat these guys, and that's the point we're at right now. I think it's also an added advantage tomorrow that Danny Ings is not playing. I mean, I love Danny Ings, but you know, it'll just allow us to dominate and take advantage of Southampton.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think mentally as well, they're going to be looking at, wow, we've got a striker now that's scoring goals for us, and he's not there. So they're going to be like, that's a blow straight away. And we're playing a team that hasn't lost so far this season, and have just beat PSG. So mentally, we should be the team going into this a lot better off than what they are. You know,
but you know, remember I said last time, I was like, you know, I'm really excited about all these games. You know, a game like PSG plays a part in all the players that are on that team. You know, it was funny because I was in a chat group and the players, the starting lineup was called up, and Daniel Sturridge was called up, and I remember somebody saying to me, "Oh my gosh, this is so bad," and I was like, "Have you looked at our bench?" And he looked at the bench. He's like, whoa, we've got a star-studded bench. We could put somebody in there that'll change the game. And I was like, this game is going to be a second half game. And sure enough, we brought somebody off the bench that won us the game. And that's the level of playing. That's the level of winning that's going to take us over the line in every competition that we're going to be in.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, mate. I fully agree. I think you've made some great points. You know, Eric says best LFC team I've seen. What's your views on that, my friend?
Best LFC team, I don't know.
Obviously, we've had some great teams in the history of Liverpool and some amazing players, but you know,
some great team. I think we're as fans, we're pretty high right now, so I'll take anything that everybody says. We're excited. It's a great team. It's a great club. It's headed in the right direction. We've had great teams in the past that could probably mimic this team, but obviously, if this team takes us to that next level, we'll be looking at the history reels like, okay, this was the team. Is this the new Invincibles, you know, type of thing. So, at the end of the day, I want to win trophies, and I think this is the team to win us trophies.
Yeah, mate, that's absolutely brilliant. Nigel says, the line is perfect. Is the caller next door? Lol. Hang on a minute, let me just pull him up. He's just off camera.
Hey, Nigel is always on there.
Yeah, Nigel's one of the guys that always, I can guarantee he's on a stream. I absolutely love it. You know, we always get our regulars on the live streams, and I think it's fantastic to see the same faces show up, and that is brilliant.
Nigel's an avid fan. I always see because I don't get to watch you live all the time, and I'm actually at work talking to you. But I'm okay getting fired for Liverpool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, please try not to get fired on watching a stream and calling in.
I told my boss. I was like, I gotta get on this stream. You can't stop me. And he was like, go ahead. And I was like, yeah.
I love that.
These are all sacrifices. On my side, when you guys are watching the game in the afternoon, I wake up at 4:00 in the morning, 4:30 a.m.
Mate,
so
I applaud you. I really do. I think on a serious note, I think the commitment of the Liverpool fans around the globe, like yourself, that get up 4:30 in the morning, 2:00 in the morning. It's unreal. It really is. Like, I'm lucky in the sense that I get to watch Liverpool play in the middle of the day. I don't live in Liverpool, so I have to travel if I want to go to a game or whatever. But I'm lucky because where I am, I can go to Liverpool. I can go to an away game or whatever. But for you guys, honestly, I take my hat off to you. I think your commitment is absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, we have a local bar in San Francisco. It's actually a recognized supporters club in San Francisco, and they open the pub at 4:30 a.m. Irish breakfast and all. And
that's incredible.
We get drunk by 8:00 after a win. So I won't call you tomorrow because I'll probably be sloshed.
Yeah. We know where he's been. I love that.
I'll be singing "He Scores with One Eye" throughout all the streets of San Francisco.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Honestly, mate. Thank you so much for calling into the show again. I hope you do call back in the future because, as Nigel said, your line is perfect. I love your views on Liverpool. And it would be interesting if he does call in one morning, wouldn't it, guys? 4:30 in the morning. He's had an Irish breakfast. And yeah.
I would have to make sense. Hey, I know you always shout out for Nigel, but hey, shout out Nigel. We really enjoy your donations, and we really enjoy you online.
Thank you, mate. Honestly, massive shout out to you as well, buddy. Thank you so much for calling on to the show.
Take it easy.
Take care, buddy. Speak to you later. All right. Another call in. I'll take one more or a couple of quick ones before I get off. Hello. Danny, is that you, mate? I think it's Danny again. Danny, you there, buddy?
How's it going?
Can you hear me now, Dan?
Jesus Christ, I can't believe I actually got through it. How are you getting on, pal?
I'm very good now that I can actually hear you and talk to you.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely. Dan, what's your views on the game, mate? Dan?
Yeah. Fuck, here. No, I'm happy as long as we get a win.
Yeah. Yeah, so 1-0, 2-0, it doesn't matter. Just get the victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'll agree with lots of the people's points last time. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Dan, I will let you, anything you want to talk about quickly, you reel it off, mate, because I think there's a bit of a delay in me talking and you hearing it. So you say what you want to say, buddy, while you're on the call, and then that would be this call. Otherwise, we'd be to and fro in.
Okay, 100%. So I'd say the best thing we can do tomorrow is win because we got Chelsea on Sunday. I'll say I wouldn't like the team to change because if the team change, it'll be bad for it. I think we're doing well at what we do. I think Salah should be on because we need the boy to get his confidence back and drive on with it. The keeper's doing well. I think maybe if they let in a goal, not too bad. It's all good. The only controversy I probably have about the whole thing, which no one ever said tonight, did Salah look like he was upset when Bobby scored? Did anyone see that, or was that just me?
No, there was a big talking point about that. He celebrated first before he threw the bottle on the floor, and he was happy that we scored. I think it was just a frustration thing that his pass led to their second goal, which could have cost Liverpool, basically, is what I believe anyway. Did you hear that, Dan?
Yeah, totally agree. So the next thing I was going to say is all the Daz's army out there. I know there's lots of talk about fucking you can't find the channels or you don't know where to go. Hit my channel. My channel is not big. I've like 3 supporters or whatever that. Just hit me up just to talk to me, and I'll put you where to go, what channel to go to. The only thing I'll say, if you Google Ronaldo and his number, you'll probably find a place to go find the game. But I normally I can do it or I can team view it. I'm supporting all Daz's army here. And another thing is anything that Daz puts out there and he says t-shirt or whatever, I'll match him.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so much, Dan, mate. Thanks for calling into the show as well. You're an absolute legend. And thank you so much for your donation tonight as well, Dan. I'm glad I actually managed to get you on the call in the end because, wow, honestly, I think there's a connection thing tonight between us. I always like getting you on the show, buddy.
Yeah. Sorry about that, pal.
All right, Dan, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll speak to you soon, mate. I'll speak to you soon.
Man. Take it easy.
Take care, mate. I'm so happy that we managed to get Dan on the show in the end. Obviously, guys, you could tell that there was a real bad connection there between me and Dan. I hope that's not the case in the future because Dan's one of the guys that he donates on the channel. He joins all the time. He's a proper Liverpool supporter. So, and you heard it. He said when the donations come in or whatever, he matches it. He will. In the last live stream, he said that he would make it 2 Liverpool top giveaways. So he's a real gentleman as well. So yeah, I'll take one more call in. I think Trev said that he wanted to call in. So Trev, if you want to call in, I'll take one more call in quick before I get off, guys, because I need to get off so that I can go make sure that my missus and my son's all right and that before I get my head down tonight. Obviously, we got a game tomorrow as well. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for calling into the show tonight and for joining us. And please leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the stream. We've had some connection difficulties tonight. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but I hope that the show's been okay. I hope the build-up show's been alright for you lot. Ian says, I can definitely say that we have never had such a strong squad in 43 years that I've been at LFC supporter. What do you say, guys? Yeah, Ian, I think that the squad looks really, really strong at the moment. I have to agree. In all my years, I'm 30 years old now, and all my years of supporting Liverpool, I think it's the strongest that I've seen as well in terms of the squad. I think a lot of people that I talk to as well say that as well. But yeah, I would like to get everyone else's views on that as well. We're seeing live chat, and if you're watching a replay back, Daniel says, Daz, are pat for your internet upgrade. Oh no, I've got really good internet, mate. Do you know, I was on the phone to him I think it was the day before yesterday, saying that I'm having loads of internet problems, and they were saying it's due to the bad weather. Can you believe that? We have a little bit of wind, and they say that that's why there's an internet problem. Spot of wind. Isn't it the same everywhere in England? We get a little bit of rain on the roads, and it causes havoc. A little bit of snow, it causes havoc. Yeah, you've got these countries that have like 20,000 foot of snow, and they're fine. Daz, thanks to you, we have a great place to come and talk Liverpool. Thank you so much, Mickey. As I always say, I'm glad that you guys like to join in and have you say Liverpool and call into the show and stuff as well. It's just an idea that I had. I wanted you guys to be able to call in and get your views out there. It's really took on board now. Lots of you guys call in on the shows. Match days, make sure to join me on match days for the watch-alongs. You can call into a show before the match, call in at half-time, and on the match reaction video as well afterwards. So if you like to hear what Liverpool supporters are saying on everything Liverpool related, then yeah, this channel has a lot of call-ins on a lot of the shows. So you will get to hear what a lot of Liverpool supporters are saying as well. And I like to interact with the live chat as much as possible. As we got, Daniel says, pay the bad weather tomorrow when we take them down. Yes, Dan, yes. The best Liverpool chat in the world. Thank you so much, Daniel. Mickey says it makes a great show. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's it's interesting, isn't it? I think it adds a lot of depth to it, hearing different Liverpool supporters be able to have their say. I think it's great. I really enjoy as well. You know, I say that I watch my streams back so that I can watch and read the live chat so that I don't miss any of your comments, because it means a lot to me. I enjoy listening to the call-ins back as well, because I get to really take note, because when I'm sitting here doing a live stream, I'm listening to the caller, I'm reading the live chat, and I'm trying to make sure that everything's running smoothly. So when I get to watch it back, I get to listen to the call-ins again and take in what they're saying as well more. So it's fantastic. Connor says, a great man for a great channel. Thank you, Connor. Same goes to all of you, honestly. You're all part of this channel, all of you. It's all about all of your views, isn't it? Right. No more call-ins on this one, so I think I'll round it off there. I'm going to go and make sure my son and that's all right. All right, thank you to everyone that's joined me tonight. Please leave a thumbs up on it. Share it on your social media platform. Me and Connor will be live during the match tomorrow for the watch-along. We've got to try and watch it. It's not on TV, of course. So, yeah, we will be doing a watch-along for that one. Obviously, the watch-along start half an hour before the game. So definitely, join us for that one. It's always a good laugh, isn't it? We have a good crack doing that. It says, you have given us a voice where it matters, Daz. Thank you for saying that, Ian. I hope so, mate. I hope so. That's the goal anyway. Giving as many Liverpool supporters as I can a voice. That's the best thing, isn't it? Daniel says, night, Daz. Good night, Daniel, mate. I'm glad I got you on the show tonight. Eric says, cheers, Daz. Cheers for joining me tonight, Eric, as well. You take care. Nigel says, definitely the phone-ins are great. I'm glad to hear that you like it as well, Nigel. John says, night, Daz. You never will clone. You never will clone, John. You take care, buddy. Thank you for joining me tonight. You never will clone to you all. And yeah. What a great show, guys. What a great show. Great to hear the call-ins. Connor and Mickey at the beginning. Absolutely brilliant to get them two on at the beginning and get their views on, tomorrow's game. Hopefully, Liverpool give Southampton a good slap in. That'd be nice, but coming into the day, if we won it 1-0, it doesn't matter, does it? It's 3 points. My score prediction's 4-0. I don't think Klopp's going to change it too much, because he's going to want to put out a strong team. He's going to want the 3 points. We've got Chelsea coming up as well. I think we'll see a bit more rotation in that one. That's my views, but as always, your views as well, it matters. So if you're watching this back on a replay, leave a comment down below. Let us know your views, because I'll read all my comments as well, guys. All right, take care. Enjoy the rest of your days. I've been on the bench, LFC. You've all been legends. I will see you in the next one. Good night.